Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Tony. So in today's video, we're going to be going over some things that you're going to need to know about your natural hair. We're going to start with how to figure out your hair type, and then we're going to also go over how to figure out your hair's density. And then we're going to finish off with figuring out your hair porosity. And I'm actually going to show you guys how I did my hair porosity test when I first big chopped. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is how to figure out your hair type. And I'm going to put a picture of the hair type chart that I used. But just really briefly, so your type 2s are wavy, and then you have type 3, A, B, and C, which are your curly naturals. Then you have type 4, like myself. There's 4A, 4B, and 4C, which is kinky, curly, coily, or all of the above. For me, my hair, I have type 4A. So I figured this out by, I started on my hair in its natural state. It was completely clean. And I just took, analyzed my strands and matched them to one of the pictures here as best as possible. And I came up with type 4A. Now there are some people who have multiple types in their head. Like my sister, she's type 3C, and then she also has some 4A. So it's not just one size fits all. Every hair strand is different. So you just want to do your best when doing this. But like I said, I am type 4A. So the next thing we're going to go over is how to figure out your hair density. So your hair density is just basically how much hair you have on your head. So if your scalp is easily visible, you have low density. If your scalp is somewhat visible, then you have medium density. And then if your scalp is barely visible or you just can't see it at all, then you have high density. My hair, I have very high density hair. It's a lot of hair on my head. It's a lot going on. So knowing your hair's density, it's not like super important, but it's one of those things where it's good to know because it gives you an idea of how to style your hair, if that makes sense. So like, for example, if someone with low or medium density is gonna get medium box braids, and then me having high density, I want medium box braids, I know I'm gonna have more braids in my head just because my density is higher, which means I have more strands on my head. So that's just kind of an idea of why knowing your hair's density is somewhat important. It just makes styling your hair a lot easier. So the last thing you need to know about your natural hair is your porosity. I will leave a picture, it's just showing you how to figure out your porosity and what it means. But really briefly, if you have high porosity, it's easy for moisture to get into your hair, but it's also easy for it to escape. It'll your hair will become dry quicker. And then if you have normal porosity, it's your gravy. It's easy for the moisture to get in, but it doesn't leave as quickly as someone who has high porosity. And then if you have low porosity like myself, it is very hard to get moisture into your hair. When I wash my hair in the shower, I see water droplets on top of my head, so it takes me a minute to fully saturate my hair. But the good thing is once I moisturize my hair, I'm usually good in terms of the moisture until my next wash day. And knowing your hair's porosity is very important because it helps you when it comes to moisturizing your hair. So before, when I didn't know my hair porosity, I was struggling trying to figure out why my hair was always dry, and it's because I wasn't taking the proper steps to moisturize it. Like some people who have hair high porosity, they do cold water rinses I can't do that because that closes your cuticle, and I need my cuticle open so I can get all the moisture that I can. So it's just very important so you know how to moisturize your hair. So now I'm going to show you guys how I did the hair porosity test when I first went natural. So to do the hair porosity test, I'm using a glass so it's easy to see through, but you need a glass of clean filtered water. And then you need some clean hair strands. And then you're just gonna drop it in there and kind of saturate it. And then you're gonna leave it for 2 minutes, and then you're gonna look at your results, and that'll tell you your hair's porosity. Okay, so it has been 2 minutes since I've done my porosity test. So we're gonna look at our glass. And as you can see, my hair is still floating at the top, which means I have low porosity hair. Now, referring back to the chart, low porosity hair, it floats at the top, which means it's hard to get moisture in, but once you get it in, it's pretty much locked in. And then medium porosity, it just kind of floats halfway in between the water, which means it's easy for you to moisturize your hair, and it doesn't really leave. You just stay moisturized. And then if you have high porosity, it sinks all the way to the bottom, which means it's very easy for you to moisturize your hair, but it's also easy for that moisture to leave. So that's how I did my hair porosity test. I mean, you could use a shower, but this seems a little more accurate to me. Okay, guys, so that is it for this video. If you thought this video was helpful or you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And then let me know in the comments some other videos you would like to see from me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.